Hi there, welcome to my demonstration and how-to of Flubaroo, which is an excellent auto-grading add-on for Google and Chrome that teachers can use to automatically grade assignments and quizzes that they assign to their students. So this is the Flubaroo website, which I highly recommend checking out, especially the newest video, 10 Things You Didn't Know Flubaroo Could Do, has a lot of great updates on some of the new functionalities since Flubaroo was first invented and released. So to show you what it does, here is my sample form. Okay, so am collecting email address, student name, their grade and teacher from a list, and then I have 3 questions just that I made up here, 1 short answer and 2 select a response. So if I look at the responses then here, all right, in Google Forms, the new Google Forms gives you the responses right here, and you can see them as a summary or as individuals, and you can sort of page through them there. However, the great thing is you can also see them in Google Spreadsheets, and this is where Flubaroo comes in. So if I create a spreadsheet, I can say I want it to be a new spreadsheet, and when it does that, here is my beautiful spreadsheet with all of the responses that I can look at a glance. Okay, so this is great because now I can start using Flubaroo. So first of all, to get Flubaroo, you have to go to Get Add-ons, search for it in the Chrome store, and install it. There are a lot of permissions, but when you see how much it will do with contacting students and emailing them their grades and emailing yourself information that when there's an update, it really sort of does need all of that. It also needs to be able to create content on your Google Drive. So under the Flubaroo menu, I'm going to enable it. All right. It sort of gives you some instructions here. If you're the first time using Flubaroo, you'll get the notification over here. We'll have a link to the website and how-to videos. So now that it's enabled here, I can go to Grade Assignment. And in just a few seconds, it will look at your document and say, okay, what are we looking at here? So it goes through each of your questions and it tries to figure out sort of what is this for. So each question, it either identifies students you can tell it to skip, or it's normal grading, so you can assign a point value, or you grade it by hand, especially if it's a text or a longer text box. So it got it right here. Email address, student name, grade, and teacher are just identifiers. And then these 3 questions are the ones that I want to give points to. I can do anything from 1 to 99, I think, if I turn on some of the advanced options. So I click on continue. It will grade. The next thing it asks me, it says, well, what is the right answer? So ahead of time, you have to put in an answer key. I recommend doing that first, actually, before you let students respond. So you select the answer key, and now it takes less than a minute. And so, of course, Google warns you that it has access to your email address. There's some helpful hints here for some of the advanced features. Here's your new sheet called grades. So now here was our student submissions. That hasn't changed. And here's grades. I should note that when students continue to add responses, their responses will continue to show up here. And then you would use the regrade assignment to grade those that have not been graded so far. So it would run this whole report again for everything. So it shows you here, I intentionally made all the students get 2 out of 3 here. And so it gives you a summary. The students that are in red ink here, or red text, is 70% or less correct. And down here, it also gives you a percentage of how many students got a particular question right. So that, if that is below 60, I believe it highlights it in orange. This is really useful because if I'm using this formatively, this tells me that perhaps the question was unclear, or perhaps I need to reteach a concept. And so there's your overview of how it works. There's also some really great add-ons. My favorite, not add-ons, I'm sorry, extra features. My favorite is that you can email all of the grades with students through either email or Google Drive. And you can include the answer key or not, and include a message, even to individual students if you would like, with the advanced options. So that's what Flubaroo is all about, and I encourage you to try it out for yourself.